Hello, dear listener. Welcome to my introduction episode. My name is Anders Bolling. I'm a globalist, a humanist, and a seeker. A large chunk of my life, I've been working as a journalist in Sweden. I've always had a huge interest in the development of society and the world. I've traveled a lot. When I grew up, my dad worked periodically with foreign aid, and I lived a couple of years in Asia and in Africa. But I've also always had a spiritual streak in my heart. Since I was a kid, I've had this intuitive knowledge that we're not just our bodies and that the physical realm that we can measure isn't the whole reality. Now, journalism opens many doors, but it also has its limitations. I have come to realize that I have a significant need for personal freedom. I've worked briefly as a mid-level boss. That was okay, but it wasn't me. I've had a hard time being too entrenched in the matrix of society. So I've gone on leave of absence a few times, written a couple of books, and I love doing that. But there is something with this fast spinning world, its new media landscape, and the way we learn things and get inspired today. There are so many brilliant conversations out there on these new platforms. 2 years ago, my life shifted. My wife and I began an inner and outer journey together. We separated, but we have continued to be each other's best friends. In a sense, I guess you could say that we continued what we started during our first magical years together. Somewhere in the midst of this period of seeking, I discovered podcasting, and I knew instantly that this was what I had to be doing. I want to have deep and sincere conversations about life and the world. I want to know who we are as a species, where we come from, and where we are going. I want to erase the red line between science and what we normally call spirituality. There can't be a sharp line if you think about it. Much of what was considered metaphysical 200 years ago is mainstream science today, and it's a continuous shift. Now, this endeavor is pretentious, of course, but as a colleague of mine said, without pretension, you don't get anywhere. And I'm sure there's also room for humor and self-irony. Humor is a gateway to insight. My friends know that I have a funny side. I'm going to start with a topic that is closely related to the field that I've been working in for the last 30 years. 12 years ago, I wrote a book about the fact that the world is better than we think and that we have a surprisingly hard time acknowledging progress. The book was called The Cozy Darkness of the Apocalypse. I want to delve into why that is. And then, step by step, I want to broaden the field. I want to have conversations with insightful, inspiring people about things like the illusion of time, death, the origin of humankind, sexuality, and the future of religion. I have a long list of dream guests. I hope you want to accompany me on this exploratory journey on this podcast. Bye for now. See you soon.